Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another May I Scrap Lift You, the last one that I will be doing for the month. And it is Jamie Gets Crafty, who we are scrap lifting today. And this was the fun layout that I chose to do, a little mixed media. So I'm pulling in some Brutus Monroe aqua pigments in red, yellow, and blue. And I am going to use this fabulous collection from... it's Hello Again by Echo Park. Sorry, it's the Echo Park Paper Company, Hello Again by Caitlin Schaefer. And I thought it would be really fun to use that collection to scrapbook my 600, 700, 800, and 900 subscriber milestones on YouTube. So I'm doing them all as one big layout. Because you guys know that I recently did hit 1,000 not too long ago, and I will be having a fabulous celebrational hop-in giveaway on my channel on June 9th. So stay tuned for that. So I would be scrapbooking the 1,000 when I hit 1,000. Little milestone. I went ahead and took a scrap piece of paper, drew half a heart, cut it out, and ended up with the heart. Obviously. I did gesso the paper. So I am going to go ahead and make a big mess with all the blue. I just take the aqua pigment and squirt it straight onto my stamping block. I had sprayed water onto the area of the heart that I want the color to move. It will move more freely if you have water on the page. Now you can just squish it down without the water being there, but if you want it to spread, I always add just a little bit of water. That way I know I have a controlled area of where I'm going to make my aqua pigment spread. Now these colors are very, very vibrant and very pigmented. However, when you water them down, they do, like any, it will dry just a tad bit lighter, but I absolutely adore the colors. I just keep adding water to get the desired effect. And when I do the other two colors, you'll see I don't use the stamp block. I just go straight to paper like I just did with the blue right there. And all I'm doing is just taking my paper and just rocking it back and forth and forwards and backwards just to let it move so that it doesn't make a mess and run off the paper. And I'm not really looking for very big streaky lines. Now that one, and I set to the side, I let that dry, and we're going to come right in with the yellow here. I spray it first and then drop the color onto it, and it starts to wick almost immediately. I do mix it in with the blue just a smidge. I will sop a little bit of that up because it starts obviously turning green. And I just kind of use my finger to move it around and get a bigger color spread in places where I didn't quite have enough water. So I just kind of let that go. I will set that to the side and let this color dry as well. And then I will come in with the red. Now, off screen, the lift that I'm doing, the heart is stitched. And I tried to do that on the sewing machine, but my sewing machine just isn't big enough, and I could not get the paper. It was a mess, you guys. So I settled for cutting out the heart that I traced. I went ahead and stitched around that several times, wonky patterns, and then I cut the inside out. So I will apply that to the top of this fun mixed media heart, so to give it the same effect. Because it is the inside, obviously, and it's very wonky at this point because of all the sewing, it's not quite the same size, so I'm just going to go ahead and fix that situation. And I take my black, I believe my archival pen. I did recently rearrange the entire front of my desk there, and I have new lighting. So let me know if you guys can tell a difference, because right here the new lighting is in play, and I believe the beginning of the layout, the beginning of the video, it was not. So let me know if you like the difference and if it seems to be a bit brighter and true to color. So I just start taking that and just start drawing the wonky lines because I had that pencil line there. So obviously I've got to go ahead and get rid of that. Now, obviously, I didn't have to draw the heart on the page. That would have probably been an easier since I'm not really filling in the heart, I was just kind of making the mixed media areas, but I don't know, it worked. And then I've got the wonky fun lines behind the layout as well. So I am going to come in with a ton of liquid adhesive, and this is just the art glitter glue in my fine liner bottle, and I am going to basically manipulate this heart into where I want it to go. I have stretched the paper out with all of the sewing that I did on it, because that's about 10 passes. Yeah, it was fun. I started going and I was like, why don't I sew more often? Because I have to get my machine out. And if I'm too lazy to reach over and grab my trimmer, you really think I'm going to walk across the room, the whole 4 steps that it is, to get the sewing machine, right? Lord, COVID has made me lazy. Oh, one day I won't be lazy anymore. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to trim these down, and then I decide I want them trimmed even more. So I will, when I cut back to the page, you will notice that they're just little slivers. I had something on the photo here. I think I had glue on my hand from all of the gluing that I was doing. So I'm just scratching it off without trying to tear the paper. While I'm doing this and cutting and trimming these photos, I want to remind you today's a hop, and it's May I Scrap Lift You, and it's the 29th, and there still are 2 more days of scrap lifting fun. However, this will be the last one that I am doing for the month. I had so much fun. Crystal Barrett over at Pineapple Papers puts this on, and opened it up to a group of us, and I just absolutely adored playing along with the May I Scrap Lift You, and cannot wait for another series. I can't wait for another month-long series, which I have no idea when one will be, you guys. I need to look. But as I have other commitments that I have to fulfill for the last 2 days of May, I just couldn't work the May I Scrap Lift You into those videos, and I just honestly did not have time to do another day of multiple videos. I know, right? It's crazy. So you could see me, I went ahead and adhered it to that yellow piece of paper. I have 2 collections of this. I have 2 kits of this collection. I don't know how I did that. So cutting into the 12 by 12 is not that big of a deal at this point. Normally I'm a little more selective when I do that, but since I have so much of it, it'll be okay. And I just roughly fussy cut that out, and then I go ahead and back it once more on that black and white paper. I did the yellow because I'm going to be covering the yellow up and the red, and the picture has the red fireworks of my YouTube channel, so I wanted to make sure that I kind of brought a little bit more in there, and I am going to stagger them just like that. I'm going to flip them over, hold them together, use some washi tape to adhere them all together so that I can move them as one piece. And I'm putting a lot of washi on this, and then I will adhere them together on the front as well. You'll see right here, I just kind of start popping them over to make sure that everything stays in place. And we have our fun little photo cluster, and I have 600 at the top. Goes 6, 7, 8, and 9. Kind of fun. I like milestones. And I'm just going to adhere that straight to the page with a lot of liquid adhesive and hold that in place. And then I'm going to pull out the sticker sheet after I take a drink of my coffee there. And I'm going to use this very big floral piece of the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. And I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to tuck it right over here. And then I go, and I noticed that on the layout there was like some journaling bits on the other side, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out the cut apart sheet, which also happens to be the back of the branding sheet that is like the title page, and I'm going to cut out this one and that teal one right next to it, and then I'm going to take the time to trim it up very nicely, and then I wonky cut it anyway, you guys, so it's like, really? Oh, God love me. So anyway, in the description box listed down below, I will have the links to all the other lovelies that are playing along today. So don't forget to hop on over and check them all out. I will also have the link to the Brutus Monroe website if you would like to pick up any of these aqua pigments. They are forever having fabulous sales, so go ahead and check them out and get you some great aqua pigments. They're my most favorite watercolor media. So I do sit here and play with this and try to figure out if I can layer those up, and it was just covering up too much of the mixed media, so I decided that I'm going to tuck it right underneath this. So I just cut a big old chunk of it out so I can pop it in there. And then I do want to come in and put a little bit more adhesive down just to make sure that it sticks. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that card over there and stick this floral piece in right there, tucked under and overlapping. And I'm going to use a lot. The only embellishments that I'm going to use for this are the sticker sheet, which is something that I don't do a lot. So I had a lot of fun doing this. So I'm just popping off some of the things that I think are going to work really well with the layouts. I do want to use some more florals, and I'm going to tuck in that little piece right there, and it says something about squeeze together. I don't know. I don't remember. And then I just keep tucking in the little floral pieces here and there, and I trim off that little guy because I do like to run it off the edge. And if you've seen when I was doing the mixed media, I got a little overzealous with the red and it did run off the page. I do like this little best piece right here. So I'm going to pull in some foam tape. I'm going to pop that up on some foam. So like I said, I have done some different setup. I have basically cleaned off the entire what I face when I'm crafting the front of my desk and got rid of all the stuff that I don't really need. And I put my new lights and stuff up. But so everything that used to sit to the direct left of me, which is like my most used tools and pins and stuff, are now up on that shelf. So you will see me reach up there a lot if I don't already have it pulled down. So I do apologize for that. But I really like, my desk is way more organized and clean. So like that is like fabulous. And I am getting ready to go back to in-office work in the next couple weeks to a month, so I will be able to clean off the other half of my desk that is housing all of my work systems and monitors and computers, and I will be able to have several different crafty areas. Oh yeah, I'm super excited, you guys. All right, so we're just going to keep popping little pieces in. I went ahead and decided to add some little, the best, which is popped up on foam tape. I added in a little bitty arrow piece, and now I'm going to pop in arrows all over the page. And like I said, that is pretty much going to do it. This layout comes together pretty quickly. I am going to add a title and use these fun black and white because I have the white heart with the black stitching and the black outline. I wanted to pop in black as like my, like pop of color. So I'm going to take a lot of letters and make them into other letters. So that is going to end up saying goals hit. And I took a C and made it into a G, took a Q and made it into an O, and I took a J and made it into an I. So yeah, there is the title, and I'm just going to pop on some some gemstones in the matching colors, kind of tone on tone, and that's going to do it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the page. Click that subscribe button down below if you have not already. Don't forget to hop on over and check everyone else out. And thank you so much, Crystal, for letting me play along. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.